Alright guys, thank you very much for clicking to watch this. I'm so happy to be with you once more this week. So we've been talking about a whole lot of things, talking about effective living for the past 2-3 weeks with you guys, and I've been so excited. Thank you for your comments, thank you for your shares, thank you for the likes and all of that. I love you for doing that. Alright, so the part one, part two of this same talk that we're doing. If you've not watched it, please go and do, and also don't forget to always share, because this might not be for you, but it might be for someone. That's why I commend that. Please share this video after you're done watching, because I so much love this series and I so much love this particular talk, because I know more people need to hear this. Alright, so today I want to begin with a story of a king, a very powerful, a very strong and mighty king that once lived on this earth. And then, while he was living, he had some team members, he had some people he was working together with, friends, and then he has people he was coaching so that they will take over, his mission while maybe he's no longer here. And so one day they got into a discussion with his members, and then they asked him a question. He said, "Sir, please, among all of us that are with you, who is the greatest?" Usually I so much believe they were asking him that question because humans want to know who is greater among us. We want to know who is ahead. We want to know who is the leader here. And then I believe maybe they were thinking, okay, well, when this man is not here, who will take the leadership? And I so much believe that's what triggered that question. And so he gave them an answer that actually inspired me, and I actually learned a lot from it. So, and I'm here to share that with you today. And so he told them, he said, so other kings, other people, other leaders, they lord it over the people they are leading. They kind of tend to have power, control, kind of, and then domineering their sense, on people. And then he said, but that's not how it is with you. That's not leadership. That is not being great. That's not what it entails to be great. But there is much more. And then very simple, he said something to them. He said, so the great person among you is no one yet, but the person that will be great among you is the one who serves the others. Like, this is surprising actually to me, because it's different from what we've known about being great. It's different from what we know about being the leader. We believe and we've seen around us that leaders are people who lord it over their people who control the masses, people who tend to have all the necessary things, or the things that makes life better. But then people who follow, like, okay, these people don't have anything, and then they always, everything goes to the leader. That's what I'm just trying to say. But he gave them a different perspective, and his perspective inspired me. Number one, I learned from his perspective that greatness is not about taking. It's not all about what I'm getting from people. It's not all about what I'm getting from the people who are my subject, but it's about what is flowing from me to them. And then I think from his perspective also, you see that he puts the welfare of people before his own welfare. And then thirdly, from his perspective of being great in life, realizes that greatness comes by how much you rise in life is determined by the level of value, virtue that flows from you to others to make other people's life better. So he said, he that will be great among you must be the one that who will give the most value to make other people's life better. And I coined this and I call it service. So I'm going to be talking to you about service. So what is service? Service is your ability to let value flow from you. Anything that will help someone succeed, you help the person succeed. Whatever you have, whatever skill you have, whatever expertise you have, whatever maybe profession you've studied in school, anything that will help someone succeed around you, your ability to give that to the person, that's service. And so he said, anyone that will be great, serve the others. And so this is called the service. So greatness is about you serving others. It's about you giving to people to become great. We usually, when you tell people serve, people tend to feel, okay, this person is trying to control me. This person is trying to, have the, this person is trying to control my life. I don't like people telling me what to do. I don't like people, making me work for them. But that's not how it is. It is that when you have the opportunity to serve, is an opportunity to rise great in life. I want to tell you some benefit of why you should do that. Number one is that when you serve people, when you make people succeed, when you help people with all you have to succeed, is that there is this fulfillment that comes with it. That no money, nothing will be able to give you except service. So imagine today you see someone around you who needs the skills you have. Maybe for example you're a doctor, you can treat people who are sick, and then you're able to help and save a life. And then later that person grow up and then become great in life. When you look at that person, there's always this fulfillment that will come to you that wow, I've given someone a chance to live again. So cutting across, you cut across everything around us. You might not be a doctor, you might not be a lawyer, you might not be what we call professionals around us. You're a businessman, you sew clothes, you're a tailor. Whatever you do, just anything that you can do that will make life better for someone. Use that to help the person. Use that to give it all out to the person. It is what makes you great. It is what makes life fulfilling for you. And while you're serving, you learn the art of leadership, because whoever you serve, you lead. If you want to be a leader, serve people, because if I can successfully serve you, can if I can successfully make you great in life, I can easily and successfully influence you and lead you. So when you serve, you learn leadership. And then another thing is that it will help you sharpen your skills. If I and you, for example, went and then learn a particular skill or maybe a particular trade, and then I use my own skill to serve. By virtue of service, I'm practicing and exercising my skills. Over a space of time, you discover that I will be able to give more and I will be able to give excellent service than you. So service, you have to do it, to make the life of people better. By so doing, it will sharpen your skill. So later on, you discover that it's actually you that is getting better while serving, not even the person you're serving. And then another thing I need you to take note of is that while you're serving, there is an attitude at which you should carry. Because it's not all about you making someone's life better. It's not about you giving out to people. It's not about you giving out value. But the attitude speaks more. For example, one attitude that you need to go on with, you need to hold on to while serving, is love. Love should be the motive. Love should be the foundation of why you're adding up to people, why you're giving value to people. Because when there is love, you discover that you're not giving it because you want to cajole people to value you, or you're not giving the service because you want to cajole people to love you. No, you're giving it simply because you so much love people to succeed. That's why you're doing that. So love should be the base of everything. While as you're serving, you should be out of love. And that attitude you should carry in service that will really make you succeed in life is excellence. So you are giving out service, but how are you giving it out? Are you just doing anything shabby? For example, you have a trade, a handwork you're doing. Let it come out with excellence. When you're giving work to do, let it be that there is a touch of excellence that your work carries. It should be exceptional from what people get elsewhere. Because when I think from Mike Murdoch said something. He said that excellence sometimes is a doorway to breakthrough. So that when you give an excellent service, you get recommendation, of course, from people. When you give excellent service, people praise you, people thank you, people there's a way it makes you, and there's a way it even helps you become better. So work with the attitude of excellence. Don't do things just sharply. Make sure that whenever you're serving, you're giving out all the best that you have. And then another thing is that you have to do faithfully. That's me. It's not about who is seeing me, who is giving me accolade or not, or people are thanking me, or people are appreciating me or not. You just do it faithfully, whether someone is seeing you or someone people are not seeing you. Just give it the service you're giving to people faithfully and consistently too. You cannot just do it today and not do it tomorrow. Any opportunity that presents itself for you to add value to people, just do that. People rise, people become better, life changes. The person you serve today, you can't tell how far maybe that will go in his life, and in turn, he will in turn be a blessing to you tomorrow. Because the person you help today succeed might be the one who will help you succeed tomorrow, or will be the one that will be a connection for you tomorrow to also rise. And also maybe probably your children, people around you, your relatives. You don't know, life goes around in circles. So when you give service to people, in turn, you also, be blessed for that. So probably you're asking me a question. I don't have anything to serve with. I don't have money. I don't have, the influence and all of that. I want to bring out some things for you that you should know you have. Everyone has the ability to serve. Everyone has what it takes to add value to people. Number one, you have your skills. Check out around you. What can I do that others need? Anything you can do with your hand that others need, give it all out. That's also service. Another thing is that your maybe your profession, what you study in school, how can it go a long way helping people? Is also one thing you have to also give to people. Another thing is your time. Your time is also very important. It's an asset that you have. Probably people around you that you need to help them. Just your time can actually make the difference for people. Sometimes your time is what can make the difference for someone. You just give your time, maybe encouraging the person and all of that. Your words, all of these things are ways that you can use to serve people. And then probably your power, your influence. Maybe you have a connection that can be of help to someone. That is also a way you can serve others. You're in a position, maybe your place of work, you're at a higher position than others. That's also a way you can actually use that to also be of help to others. So whatever you're doing, you're going out, coming back, just know that service should be what drives you, because it is service that rises you higher. You might say, but I'll serve people, you keep serving people, I will just remain low in life. No, you can never remain low, because the king that we're talking about, has left this earth over 2,000 years ago, but his influence is still controlling the earth, and his power is still here on earth, and billions of people are still after him and being influenced by his leadership. So you see, you cannot remain small by serving. Always look for opportunity to serve, give it all out. It makes you become better, it makes you become relevant, it makes you to live effectively. You keep serving, you rise higher. You keep giving out value, you become better. Let me ask you a question. Between a president and a farmer, for example, who is the greatest? Somewhere in your head or somewhere in our head normally be like, of course the president. But the question is that a president, imagine the kind of value that a farmer gives to a community. Without farmers, we will not have food to eat. So a farmer, he might be farming, suffering in the bush, but then whatever he's farming, his produce actually go a long way, being a blessing to multitude. So it's not about the position. The position actually is meant for you to be. Is meant for you to be a tool to help people, not just for your own personal, consumption and all of that. And so anything, if you have a position and it's not helping people, it's not making people's life better, you are not doing well. So whatever is not the position, a position or a title of authority might not be added to your name, but then you have what it takes to be great. If you are alive, you have skills, you have the position, the influence. All of those things are tools for your greatness. So I want to encourage you. Keep looking for the opportunity to serve. Keep giving out your best. It doesn't make you less. It only makes you great in life. I want to thank you for watching this, and I'm so happy. This is one of my best moments today. So I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to comment, and I also want you to subscribe. Please, very importantly, share. This might not be for you, but it might be for someone out there that needs to hear this. Thank you very much. Till next time, next Saturday. I love you so much from my heart.